What's up, Wrestling Zone 1 family? Welcome back to the channel that brings you all the hottest wrestling news, rumors, and breakdowns. So smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and let's break this down. Now, before we get into the speculation and what this could mean, let's set the stage. Today is the 20th of September 2025, and if you're a wrestling fan, you know that Centimeter Punk's return to wrestling has been one of the most talked about stories in recent years. But Ajli? She's been out of the ring for nearly a decade. The idea of these two stepping back into a wrestling ring together? It's the stuff of dreams for fans who remember their incredible chemistry and storytelling. For those who might be newer to wrestling or need a refresher, let me paint you a picture of why this potential reunion is absolutely massive. Centimeter Punk and Ajli weren't just two wrestlers who happened to work together. They created some of the most compelling television in WWE history. Their on-screen relationship was electric, complex, and emotionally charged in ways that wrestling storylines rarely achieve. Think back to 2012 and 2013, Centimeter Punk was riding high as the WWE champion with his historic 434-day reign, and Ajli was establishing herself as one of the most captivating performers in the women's division. But it wasn't just their individual success that made them special together. It was the way they complemented each other's energy. Punk's straight-edge, anti-establishment persona paired with Aj's unpredictable, emotionally volatile character created television magic. Remember the storyline where Aj was caught between Centimeter Punk and Daniel Bryan? The way she played both sides, the genuine emotion she brought to every segment, and how Punk's protective yet conflicted feelings toward her added layers to his character that we rarely saw. That wasn't just good wrestling television, that was genuinely compelling drama that transcended sports entertainment. But here's what makes this potential reunion even more significant: the real-life element. As wrestling fans know, Centimeter Punk and Ajli aren't just former on-screen partners, they are married in real life. They've been together through Punk's controversial departure from WWE, his ventures into MMA, Aj's own stepping away from wrestling, and all the ups and downs that came with it. The idea of them returning to wrestling together isn't just a professional collaboration, it's a personal journey coming full circle. Now, let's talk about what we know about Wrestlepalooza and why this would be the perfect stage for such a momentous reunion. Wrestlepalooza has positioned itself as an event that celebrates wrestling history while creating new legendary moments. Having Centimeter Punk and Ajli appear together would instantly elevate the event to must-see status and give it the kind of mainstream attention that wrestling promotions dream of. The timing couldn't be more perfect either. Wrestling in 2025 is in an incredible place. We've got multiple promotions thriving, veteran stars mixing with incredible young talent, and fans who are more passionate than ever. Centimeter Punk's return to wrestling has already shown that there's massive appetite for beloved stars coming home. Adding Ajli to that equation? It's a recipe for something truly special. But what would this reunion actually look like? There are so many possibilities, and that's part of what makes this so exciting. Are we talking about them appearing together in some kind of mixed tag team scenario? Could Aj be returning to active competition after all these years? Or might this be more of a special appearance that sets up something bigger down the road? Given Aj's time away from the ring, I think it's more likely we're looking at a carefully crafted return that plays to both of their strengths as storytellers rather than demanding too much athletically right out of the gate. Maybe we see them in managerial roles, or in a storyline that allows Aj to ease back into the physical demands of wrestling while still delivering the emotional intensity she's known for. The psychological impact of this reunion can't be overstated either. For Centimeter Punk, having Aj by his side would bring back memories of when he was at the absolute peak of his creative powers. For Aj, stepping back into wrestling with someone she trusts completely could be the perfect way to rediscover her passion for the business that made her a star. From a business perspective, this is brilliant. Wrestling promotions are always looking for those special moments that create buzz beyond just the wrestling community. A Centimeter Punk and Ajli reunion would generate mainstream media coverage, bring back lapsed fans, and create the kind of water cooler moments that wrestling thrives on. Think about the merchandise possibilities alone. Fans would go crazy for t-shirts, programs, and memorabilia commemorating this reunion. More importantly, it would show other stars who've stepped away from wrestling that there's a path back if the story is right and the circumstances align. But let's also acknowledge the challenges. Both Punk and Aj have been very selective about their wrestling appearances in recent years. They've both been vocal about wanting any return to wrestling to be meaningful and on their own terms. This isn't going to be a cash grab or a nostalgia act. If it happens, it needs to serve a real purpose in terms of storytelling and character development. There's also the question of ring rust and physical preparation. Wrestling is demanding, and even for performers as talented as these two, stepping back into that environment after extended breaks requires serious preparation. The good news is that both have shown throughout their careers that they understand the importance of being properly prepared and respecting the craft. As we count down to Wrestlepalooza, the anticipation is building to a fever pitch. Whether this reunion happens exactly as rumored or takes a different form, the mere possibility has reinvigorated conversations about two of the most talented performers of their generation. What I find most exciting about this potential reunion is that it represents something wrestling does better than any other form of entertainment. It brings together real emotion, athletic performance, and storytelling in ways that create genuinely magical moments. Centimeter Punk and Algia together again wouldn't just be about nostalgia, it would be about two artists returning to their canvas to create something new and beautiful. So Wrestling Zone 1 family, what do you think? Are you ready for a Centimeter Punk and Algia reunion? How do you think it should be handled? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one and love hearing your perspectives. If this video got you hyped for potential wrestling magic, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more wrestling content. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest videos. And remember, wrestling is at its best when it surprises us, when it makes us feel something real. Until next time, this has been Wrestling Zone 1, and remember, the best wrestling stories are the ones that blur the line between reality and fiction. See you in the next one.